Yo, what is up, Raidernation? It's your boy Samora back at it again with another video. And y'all already know the vibes. Another week, another pre-game preview. And in today's video, I'm going to be previewing our Las Vegas Raiders versus the Miami Dolphins. We are sitting at 2-0, and the Miami Dolphins are coming into Allegiant Stadium at 1-1. Now, I know it's looking like an easy matchup for us. I know we are favored to win this game, but Raider Nation, calm down. It's any given Sunday, so I'm not going to take this team lightly. I do believe that this is one of the most important games for the Raiders this year. And I know that the Dolphins did get the best of us last year in our matchup, but most of that was in due part of a sorry-ass defensive end, but he's not a part of our team no more. He's over there in Santa Clara, so I'm not too worried about that. But at the end of the day, I do expect our team to go out there and put up a fight. Now, before I do get started with this video, if this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Let's not waste any more time, Raider Nation, and let's get right into your pre-game preview.
And you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
So you guys already know for the past 2 weeks, we cannot start a pre-game preview without giving you guys some nation news that you can use. Starting off with the injury report, players that will be out in this game is guard Richie Incognito, safety Roderick Teamer, and safety Dallin Levitt. Our running back Josh Jacobs is doubtful for this game, so his status is up in the air for right now. If it was up to me, I would just let Josh Jacobs rest for another week. I know he's dealing with an ankle/toe injury, so I wouldn't want him to re-aggravate that coming into this week. Now, I know that our running game wasn't really that good, but our running backs can catch the ball out of the backfield, and I believe Derek Carr can go out there and heave the ball downfield. And the Miami Dolphins defense isn't really known for stopping the run, so I believe that our running game is going to be A-okay. So Josh Jacobs, sit your ass at home and just relax. Now, two players that were questionable coming into this week's game that will play for sure is our quarterback Derek Carr and our right tackle Alex Leatherwood. Hopefully Alex Leatherwood could go out there and redeem himself from last week, because I mean, that dude was looking trash out there. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's still rookie, and I know he's still learning. And as far as the Miami Dolphins, earlier this week there was some breaking news that Tua Tagovailoa would not be playing in this week's matchup, so look for Jacoby Brissett to go out there and take his place. In other news, the Raiders re-signed linebacker Marquel Lee to the practice squad after releasing him a couple of days ago. In a corresponding move, the Raiders have released offensive tackle Devery Hamilton from the practice squad. And last but not least, professional boxer Tyson Fury actually had a message for the Miami Dolphins. Roll the clip.
I'm gonna smash your face in, you prick. How about that for a message?
Now, the Raiders are coming off of a huge victory last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers and are sitting at 2-0 for the second straight season. But that is nothing to get overly excited about, especially knowing how last year ended. Now, this is a new year and a new team, so I'm going to be optimistic, but I would say that this Week 3 matchup versus the Miami Dolphins is going to be the most important game this year. After being the underdogs in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season, the Raiders are now favored in this matchup, and that is going to be our biggest test, whether we are the real deal or the same old Raiders. But I would say that there is something different about this Raiders team, and it definitely starts on the defensive side under Gus Bradley. Now, I cannot forget about the offense as well. Derek Carr is coming off of his best game so far, throwing for 382 yards and 2 touchdowns against a tough Steelers defense and Pittsburgh. Now, as for the Miami Dolphins, their defense is nothing to look over. Though they might not be the best against the run, they make up for it against the pass. XAVIEN Howard is a guy to watch out for, especially after shutting down the Bills' #1 wide receiver and Stephon Diggs last week and coming away with an interception. The Dolphins will be without Tua this week, so look for Jacoby Brissett to take over under center. I do expect our defense to build on last week's performance and apply pressure. All I gotta say is that we gotta go out there, take this dub, go 3-0. And ironically for the Raiders, the last time we did go 3-0 was back in 2002 when we went to the Super Bowl. So with that being said, just win, baby.
Happy, you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Now for my matchup of the game, I have the Raiders defensive line versus the Dolphins offensive line. Now, this is going to be a good matchup for our defensive line, especially for how well they played in the first 2 weeks against the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game will show the league whether this Raiders defensive line is for real or not. The Dolphins offensive line is nothing to be worried about, so I expect our defensive line to take advantage of this situation and get to Jacoby Brissett early and often. Last week, the Dolphins offensive line gave up 6 sacks and 11 quarterback hits. And for the Raiders, that's music to our ears. Mad Max Crosby had his way in week 1 versus the Ravens with 6 total tackles, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 5 quarterback hits. And in week 2, Solomon Thomas became that guy with 2 total tackles, 2 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, and 3 quarterback hits. So who will be that guy this week? We shall see. But at the end of the day, if our defensive line plays good, then our whole defense plays good. And when our whole defense plays good, you already know the deal. We taking that W, baby.
On wood if you have that message, please. And we're here to help you.
Now for your 5 players to watch in this week's game, I'm gonna start it off with none other than our quarterback Derek Carr, who is in the MVP race as of right now with Tom Brady and Kyler Murray. But you know what? Fuck those guys. I want to focus on our quarterback coming into this week's game. Now, this dude Derek Carr has been balling out in these first 2 weeks against some tough matchups. But if he wants to keep that MVP campaign going week to week, he's got to keep continuing that same energy into this game against this Miami Dolphins defense. Now, I did say before that it's not going to be easy because the Dolphins are really good at protecting, the pass, especially with XAVIEN Howard out there and the other defensive player that they do have on that defensive side. So Derek Carr, I still do believe that he's starting to get into his way and he's starting to warm up. That first game he was kind of iffy. Last game he did really well, and I believe he's gonna only get better as the weeks come and go. Last week you guys seen Derek Carr utilize all his weapons out there, and man, I definitely could see him do that again this week and even use Darren Waller even more. I know Darren Waller was not a factor out there last week, but coming into this week's matchup, I think Derek Carr will do just fine against this Miami Dolphins defense. The second player on my list is running back Kenyan Drake. Now, last week I had some high expectations for Kenyan Drake, and he didn't really perform as well as I thought he would. Now, most of that in due part could be because of the Pittsburgh Steelers run defense. They are one of the best in the NFL. Kenyan Drake came away with 7 rushes for only 9 yards, but with 5 receptions for 46 yards. Hopefully he can build on that, especially if Josh Jacobs doesn't play in this game. I do expect Kenyan Drake to go out there and at least show out against his former team, the Miami Dolphins, a team that did draft him. And I mean, you could call this a quote-unquote revenge game. So hopefully Kenyan Drake can go out there and show why we paid him that 2-year $11 million contract. The third player on my list is the wide receiver that I expect to break out this year, and it's my boy Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs came into his own last week, having that 61-yard touchdown, and hopefully Derek Carr could, utilize him a lot more this season, because I would love to see more plays like that. And you guys already know that was my neck in my back play of the week. Last week he did have 5 receptions for 113 yards. I mean, my boy is only about 800 yards from that 1,000-yard mark. So coming into this game, hopefully we can attack them in the air, and hopefully Henry Ruggs can go out there and show why he was worth that first-round pick. Now for the 4th player on my list. Now for these last 2 players, I'm gonna change it up a little bit because I always do the 5 players to watch on our Raiders team, but I want to look at the Dolphins side. So with that being said, the 4th player to watch is cornerback XAVIEN Howard. Like I said before, XAVIEN Howard had a really good week last week against the Buffalo Bills, basically shutting down Stephon Diggs, who is their #1 wide receiver. Now, I don't know who he's going to stick in this week's matchup. I don't even think it's going to be Darren Waller. I think it might be Bryan Edwards, or maybe they'll put him on Henry Ruggs. Who knows? But whoever he does stick out there is most likely going to get shut down. And I'm just being honest with you guys. I know Derek Carr has struggled against this Dolphins defense in the past, but hopefully Derek Carr isn't fazed by that, and hopefully our offense isn't fazed by that, and hopefully we don't throw an interception his way. But he's definitely going to be one guy I'm going to be looking out for on that Dolphins defense. So moving over to the offensive side for the Miami Dolphins, at number 5, I have running back MYLES Gaskins. Now, MYLES Gaskins did ball out against us last year, and he's a capable running back to go out there and ball out. Now, our run defense did real well last week against Najee Harris. He did have 1 touchdown, but for the most part, we held him to under 100 yards, and I don't really see MYLES Gaskins, going off, but you never know. You never know. He could possibly break one off for a huge touchdown, but he's definitely going to be a guy that I want to look out for on the offensive side of the ball for the Miami Dolphins. So with that being said, is there any other players that I'm missing in this game that you guys are going to be keeping a close eye on? Also, if you guys do have a game score prediction, again, let me know down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today in this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. It does a lot for this channel. And if this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. With that being said, until we take that W on Sunday, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is Yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.